Mario Brothers! This is my favorite Game & Watch game ever. The
original Mario Brothers.
This was the first appearance of Luigi back in the day when this first came out.
Yeah.
And again, this was another one that we played the actual original Game & Watch game.
Joyride!
Yeah, there's some things happening there. So, Mario Brothers, you've got Mario and Luigi working at the bottling factory.
Yeah.
You know, which was Luigi's first job. The first one we're aware of, at least. This is where Mario went after he lost his construction job, his job as a carpenter, and had problems with the gorillas. He came here to the bottling plant. And so you've got on the right, there's Mario. On the left, there's Luigi. You've got up and down for each brother individually. That's your controls. And you just need to be in the right spot to catch the bottles as they are coming off the conveyor belt to move them up onto the next belt. As they pass through the center, there's like factory machinery in there or additional workers in there who load additional bottles into the boxes as they pass through. And, up at the very top, they box them up and then they wrap the box. And
then you toss these glass
bottles.
Throw
your bottles onto the truck. Just toss them where they will shatter. You get 1 point each time you catch a box. And when you completely fill the truck, you get a 10-point bonus.
We've already talked about how unsafe these working conditions are.
Yeah, so you see there, you get you fill up the truck, you get a 10-point bonus, and you get a short breather. And then the bosses come and they shout at you to get back to work, you slackers. Because managers are leeches.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was another one that had chance time at 300 points. You get your, either all misses cleared or double points if you had no misses. And, like I said, this is one of my favorite Game & Watch games ever because it combines the simple, like, it's fire on two sides.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can clearly see what is coming at any given moment. At any given moment, you can look at the screen and ascertain exactly what needs to happen. Where you need each brother to be for the next thing to come. You can be, planning ahead, and it builds up speed, and it gets frantic and chaotic, and really good at reaction, like, very reactionary. And it's so... Yeah, I get into the zone for these things, and it just feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they're tricky. They're difficult. You can see here, I lost my chance time around, like, 700-800 points. And I almost did not make the 1,000. You can see I got pretty close there to missing before I hit the 1,000, but...
Yeah, it would be much easier if they wouldn't... Oh, no!
And yeah, each time the box drops, then the manager shouts at you. And,
Luigi
you break three... You, between the two of you, if you break 3 boxes, you both get fired. You're done. So this is another one where there are no mechanical differences on hard. It's just faster. It's faster. You start with a higher spawn rate for the bottles coming from the machine on the bottom there. But, yeah. So this was one of Mario's first jobs. This was Luigi's first job. His very first appearance ever. And, it's
pretty good.
It's really good. And, like, this... I've said previously in earlier Game & Watch Gallery games that I have this idea of the Game & Watch games as being a treatise on workplace safety and the importance of workplace safety. And just, like, looking at all of these, fire. Okay, that's like a little, kind of an edge case. Because there is safety involved there, but it's a fire safety,
Yeah.
It's like safety in general. Like, if they had a better fire escape system for that building, you wouldn't have to be launching people into an ambulance.
Yeah.
And, here, if it's you've got these conveyor belts with just, like, open ends. There's no protection to stop the bottles from just launching off the edge. There's nothing to stop broken glass from flying everywhere. People gotta be running up and down these ladders, hurrying up and down ladders where there's also no guardrails or anything, or protections, and it's bad. I guess it doesn't really apply to something like Rain Shower, because I guess the lesson there is don't panic with rain. Just bring the clothes in and let them drip dry out under a ledge or something where there's not going to be rain. Don't panic and do unsafe things.
Well,
I'm not sure. Chef is just weird.
Chef is about food safety.
Chef is potentially about hazing, because when Chef starts, you've got, like, all of the spots are filled with a chef who throws the food up, and then you've just got the one chef who's juggling it all. So I think it's a bunch of chefs, like, hazing a new guy at the job.
I think it's about food safety. Don't do this.
Anyway, we got another thing. Take a look out at the museum.
That's not a museum.
Because we're done unlocking new games. The Game & Watches are out, and now you can play Manhole instead of just looking at it.
I don't want to play Manhole.
Enter from the museum screen and play away.
Manhole is not a good time, if I remember correctly.
So, here's the thing. This Game & Watch Gallery 4 has additional titles that you can unlock that do not have stars, that are just like bonus extra things that you unlock that you can play. There's no modern version, there's no stars that you earn, it's just an extra thing available to play. So, I think that's kind of nice.
It's neat.
It's something, it's a bonus. So, the first of them is Manhole, which we saw in Game & Watch Gallery 1. We'll check out all of those at the end when we're doing all of the gallery stuff in this museum void back there.
Whoa.
We'll check that out later.
Okay.
But for now, we got other things to go back to.
Indeed.